footballers, let's get into it. What a win. We got a lot to break down today. Oh, they didn't win. Oh, we lost. Oh, we're not undefeated anymore. Shocking twist of events here, Fire fans and all you MLS soccer fans. Greatly appreciate you joining the show here at Spitting Fire, where we talk MLS soccer all the time. Chicago Fire lose 0-1 to Orlando City SC. We're going to get into it. Thanks so much for hitting that like button, subscribing to Spitting Fire, ringing that bell icon to get notified of our live streams. And if you're a member of the Firesiders or the Blaze, you better believe we greatly appreciate it. Let's get this thing going here, chat. Got a big game to break down and more here on Spitting Fire. Well, chat. Here we are again for another fireside chat. Still daylight, so we can figure that out. Got time to collect some more wood. Keep this thing going for the rest of the night. We got UFC 273 tonight. Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. It's going to be a amazing fight tonight. We're going to thinking about covering it live here at Spitting Fire. Let us know if you are interested in things like that. We like to do other live events. We want to make your dollars go farther here at Spitting Fire. Make you feel the value of the emojis and the custom emojis and the stuff that we do here at Spitting Fire. So if you would join the Fire Starters, the first tier, you get access to those emojis, or join the Blaze and get recognition for helping grow the game in America, on YouTube, and the world. We greatly appreciate the support here that you give us at Spitting Fire. All goes right back into the show to make us run through bigger and stronger walls for you and just push through and come out with some amazing content for you amazing soccer fans. Greatly appreciate it. That's what we do here at Spitting Fire. We talk a little MLS, talk a little Chicago Fire. We're covering Dr. Disrespect's upcoming game from Midnight Society. We have the Founders Pass for that. So we're going to be being able to stream exclusive gameplay while we get that game off and running and developed. We're developing a AAA game on this channel. We're making a game here on this channel. We are. It's going to be happening throughout the time while that goes on with Dr. Disrespect and Midnight Society. We're so excited to see how that turns out and then eventually be playing that game. We also play a little Fortnite. We do a couple other things, and greatly appreciate you guys kicking that like button. Just kick it. I try not to step in the fire too often, but every once in a while my feet get a little hot. The coals hop out. I step on a little ember, burn myself. But that's what we do here. We got a little loss to talk about here today. MLS fans. Chicago Fire lose 0-1 to Orlando in Orlando. What did you guys think about it? We want to know. Comment below as you guys trickle in. Amazing game here, though. First 40 minutes, Fire and the Orlando Lions, or well, they are the Lions, but the Orlando City team, they were going back and forth with a couple chances here and there. And then in the 43rd minute, a second strike was collected by Brian Gutierrez, who was starting for the injured Shaqiri in central attacking midfield, filling in for that number 10 role that was left vacant because Shaqiri pulled up limp, had a little bit of a calf tightness right in the 18th or 19th minute of last game versus FC Dallas. Well, Goody came on and impressed last game, and this game he was also impressing. He looked really good. But right there in that 43rd minute came a little bit of a foul where he just came up upon a guy and got right up on him and tackled him from behind, forced him down. The Orlando player went down, fell like a sack of potatoes. Goody's like, what? Are you serious? And then ref's like, oh, yellow, second yellow, red card, gone from the game in the 43rd minute. Changed the entire game. Chicago Fire definitely had a chance. They're used to playing in sunny Florida. They were having their chances. Possession was a little different for both teams, but Chicago Fire had flashes. And in fact, there were a couple moments there where they looked like the better team. Then that red card. By the way, you can now hit that red card in the chat. I love it. By the way, if you want to become a member here, we have all sorts of cool custom emojis on Spitting Fire. And so toss a little red card in the chat and we'll get things going here on Spitting Fire. Greatly appreciate you guys coming in and joining us at Spitting Fire. We have 2 ways to get involved in the fan forum. You want to talk a little fire with us? Hop in the Discord call. Just trickle in. Hop in. Throw an audio log out on the fire. Throw a little thought capsule on the fire. and we'll talk about it. We'll comment about it. That's what we want. That's what we do here at Spitting Fire. Talk a little bit of Chicago Fire and a little bit of other things. Or the other way to get involved in the live chat, drop some awesome, cool emojis, custom emojis if you're part of the Fire Stars or the Blaze. And the more people that join, the more we unlock. The more this channel grows and the more money just gets pushed right back into the content to make bigger and better memes and awesome content videos in Chicago Fire, MLS, video games, everything for you guys. Let's get it going here, Chicago Fire fans. I'm excited, even though it's a loss. The first loss of the season for Chicago Fire fans. No longer undefeated. We're going to have to deal with that. So here, let's get into it. Wow, Fire fans. We hung in there, but Orlando pulled it off and grew stronger as the game grew on, as the game went on. I mean, it's to be expected. There was a red card delivered right there at the end of that first half, which absolutely changed the flow of how the second half went. We're going to take a look at some of these scores. We're going to take a look at this team and also see little grades and a few other things, and we'll get into it here. So if I got window over. We got window of ORL fan club popping in saying Orlando is a tough place. Deleted that undefeated record for Chicago. Yes, they did. Antonio Carlos has a high thigh injury and is going to be out for 12 to 13 weeks. That's a long time. That's a long time for MLS. That's wow. Yeah, that's no bueno. Jorge Jaime saying, where was the offensive spark during that second half? I got to say, it's because Brian Gutierrez was sent off. I think that has entirely to do with it. Missing entire player in that attacking third is going to rear its ugly head. Team wasn't shaken when Fire got score on, and they did rally a bit there, but they're just too behind the eight ball. When you're short a man in a game of professionals, it becomes a big Sisyphean upward battle. Greatly appreciate all you guys joining Spitting Fire here today. We'll get into a little player grades and talk a little about that game. Let's go. Man, and the other thing was for Jorge, like, what was Ezra to do? He brought in the subs. 1, 2, 3, 4 subs, only 4. You lost a man and you only went 4 subs instead of 5. I imagine there's somebody else out there may have been able to get a sub. Well, it's interesting to note that Jonathan Bornstein started on that left wing. Boy, what do you think about that, Fire fan? JB, Jonathan Bornstein going in again at that left midfield spot and putting on doing what he does. And he started today, so that's a 6.3 with starter minutes. And interesting to note that Andre Reynolds, who also plays left back, went in and replaced him. Quite interesting. 04 gets on. Duran gets on. So that was awesome for those guys. Casas gets some time. Andre Reynolds gets some time. And in a loss that they were very much in it up until 43rd minute when Brian Gutierrez earned that second yellow. Window saying, question is, it's not MLS question, but what do you think about 50 minutes halves for World Cup? I don't like it, but here's the thing. I'm okay with change. Why 50 minutes? My question. I can make an argument for more subs. I can make an argument for always subs. I'm trying to find an argument for more time or more length of time, but rather than what it is right now. And I can't think of an argument to change the length of time. I don't know why the length of time is what it is, 45. I'd have to research the history again. But I don't. And a lot of times there is 50 minutes of soccer in a half because it's just with extra time and all that kind of stuff. But I think you got to stick with 45 minutes at that point with extra time, kind of keep it how it is. But that said, I am okay with changing aspects of the game. Maybe that's one of those areas that needs to be, but I don't think you got to make it shorter. But for World Cup, now that's an interesting thing. World Cup being kind of like the special plate of soccer. It's like the special thing. So more soccer doesn't necessarily seem like a bad thing, but wonder, could it hurt the play? Could it hurt? Could it hurt? Wow, Gail coming in saying, I think Pato is a monster. We'll talk about Pato here. I do like Dr. Disrespect. I definitely like Doc. I'm my own guy. I don't care. This is Spitfire is its own thing, but there's a little Doc influence here, definitely. And Doc is the best in the game, guys, when it comes to entertainment. And I try to pick up a few of the things that he does: telling narrative, telling a story, making you guys feel involved and part of the process. Tried a couple of cool, awesome emojis that you could pair together. I want to come up with these style of things for you and making awesome, fun content. That's Dr. Disrespect does. That's why. Connor McCabe said, just want to pop in and say hello. And Inter Miami is up 2-1. It's about to start in that game. Second half is about to start. Also, Connor will be streaming the Columbus Crew game later on. Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys popping in here, talking a little MLS. It's so fun talking MLS, guys. Dr. Disrespect. Yeah, that also could be a little knock too, though. Gail, like my fiance is like, I don't know if you should. I don't know. Maybe you should try find your own look. And I'm trying. So let's. I'm certainly looking, but aspects that I like about it, I'll tell you this: I like getting into the type of character. I like the way the mustache helps frame. I like having a little bit of like a quasi mask to act a little silly with. Just I feel like it gives me a little more license to be silly, funny, be a little more angry or a little more emotional and outbursty, but in a comical fashion. I don't know. That's what I feel like having a little acting thing allows you to do. So, or a little what do you call costume? That's what I'm going for, and maybe still looking for as we develop here our nice little show here on our little corner. Man, Orlando had a great game. Galise was strong in net. João Moutinho over in that left back looking really good. Defensive backline did not get great grades for Orlando City. Jansen getting a 6.8. Schlegel getting a 6.9. Ruan getting a 7.2. Midfield a little bit better for Orlando. Mendez 7.2. Pereira with a 7.9. There's center attacking man. And Pato. Just like Gail was saying, Pato was a monster today, probably the best player on the pitch. Missed some shots early, got a little frustrated at one of the cleats on his toe. We were talking about that on the stream. If you want to check it out, make sure you hit that bell icon where we get notified of our live streams. But he was talking to his shoe at some points during the game, a little disappointed in its performance, but he figured it out and helped create that goal for Cara with a nice little flick on from a header. It sent it back across the goal. Gaga Sunitas was coming over to the left side to deal with Pato having received that cross, coming off of a free kick. And it goes right back across the goal mouth. And there is tall man striker Cara to just boom, blast it in to break the deadlock. But of course, Orlando was up a man at that point. So little influence on the game there with that red card earned by Brian Gutierrez. Antonio Carlos has a comments. Question. It's not about MLS, but what do you think? I already said that. Pato, we were talking. Pato, man, looking good. He's going to be quite good. Do you think he's going to score more goals, or do you think he will assist more goals? Pato, as time goes on. I think if Shaqiri was out there, Gail, though, Shaqiri would have absolutely gave Pato a run for his money for best player on the pitch. Chicos as well. Chicago Fire were missing two of their best players. I don't know if Orlando City was missing any other of their best players. But Pato, man, definitely the best player on the pitch today. Gotta say, if Shaqiri was out there, I gotta think that he might have been able to give Pato a little run for his money, but Pato was playing very well, was finding spaces, was creating shots for himself. He was like looked like Zach. He looked like Zach from the Bulls, and was Zach LaVine, and was creating his own shots in some capacity when he would get places and finding little ways to just get a little touch on, move the ball over, and boom, get that shot off. Gaga Sonina was standing tall in net for the Chicago Fire, though. So that very much played a role. Thiago Slanina, of course, putting up a 7 on who scored. I think that's a little under. Maybe I put him a 7.2, but let us know what you guys think in the chat. Get into this. Przybyłko played a solid game up top, was creating things, was pulling things down. Let's take a look at Przybyłko a little bit closer. Two shots for Przybyłko, held possession up for 4% of the for the Fire. He's only dispossessed once, won a whole bunch of aerials, and even won a few dribbles. He was doing his best to help supplement for Shaqiri's missing his absence. Gutierrez was trying to do that Shaqiri impression, and then eventually did not work out. Bornstein had a ho-hum game. What did you guys think about Bornstein? Because I'm not so sure that he looked great there in that game today. He did look great in the couple games before. Pretty good. Interesting that Bornstein, a left back, played that left forward, and then also Andre Reynolds, left back, came in, did the same thing. Ivanov had a pretty pedestrian game, 6.1. He's kind of just like right there at that replacement rate level. Once Jairo Torres arrives, which 21 days away or less, 21 in less than 3 weeks or so, about 3 weeks, Ivanov could potentially be replaced by Jairo Torres, young Mexican international, very exciting young player from Atlas FC. Very excited to see that happen. Jimenez with a very poor game, well, not a very poor game, but a poor game from him, Gaston Jimenez. Federico Navarro had a little bit better game, 6.9 according to Who's. Espinoza, I thought he had okay defensively, question marks, but going forward, man, I was loving to see. Didn't get enough opportunities to go forward. And when he did, it was awesome to see. Liked what I saw, small flashes out of Espinoza, but he's hard to have a hard time finding time. With Sekulic ensconced at that right back position, Ezra Henderson. Ezra Henderson first loss as an MLS coach, the MLS head coach. Sure, I'm gonna pick it up. He's gonna learn from it and move on. But missing your two best players, going into a home team in Orlando with a decently good coach with Oscar Pareja, pretty good coach, Oscar Pareja, and yeah, no, it's no slight to the Chicago Fire. They went in there, and I thought that they did a great game. They had a great performance. They just didn't get the result. And really hard to get the result when you go down a man. Fire fought for it, though. Pineda with a 6.5, quiet game. Olmsberg with a 6.6. One of the better Fire defenders, Sekulic with a 6.8. And really, it was Gaga Slonino standing tall because there's too many chances that developed for that got by Olmsberg and Pineda and Jimenez and Navarro to create dangerous shots for Orlando. 21 total shots. Gaga Slonino had to produce 5 saves from those 21 shots. Great number of them. 6 of them on goal. Gaga Slonino missed the one, but that one was headed. It was a weird header coming from a free kick off on the left, on the Fire's right hand side, Orlando's left hand flank. Free kick came over. Pato was on the back post and just headed it right back across the center. And there was Kara, and along with a whole bunch of other players right there in the throng of the middle, and just boom, edited it into a wide open net. That was the difference here, over. That was the difference over in Orlando City to getting the win on Chicago. Go up and slap. Good for Orlando, but Chicago Fire still in a playoff position. We're, of course, 6 games into the season here for Fire. Exciting to see. I think this team is still quite good, and I don't expect too much of a drop-off. When you're missing your 2 best players, and this is the result, quite impressive. Now, For Guti, he's going to be missing a game, at least for the next game. So it'll be interesting to see how Ezra will have to deal with that, because right now Guti was not the like replacement for Shaqiri, but that was the replacement for Shaqiri. Now you're going to have to find somebody else to potentially replace Shaqiri in some sub minutes or even starter minutes, potentially for this upcoming game, depending if Shaqiri is even going to play against the LA coming Saturday. That game is Saturday, April 16th. That'll be at Soldier Field. Stay tuned for that, boys and girls. All right, guys. I think that about does it for us today here at Spitting Fire. As far as covering Chicago Fire fan forum, unless anybody wants to hop in on the Discord call, I'm going to start getting ready to shut things down here. Might hop on a little Fortnite later. Might stream a little UFC watch party, watch along. Of course, I will have that ready to go. That'll be appearing on the channel. And it gets pushed out live. And if you guys have that bell icon rung, you guys will know. So stay tuned for that. I'm on the fence about whether or not I'm going to do it yet. I've heard some fan interest, some viewer interest in that. So that is why I'm very much considering. Just depends how it's all going to break down. All right, Fire fans, greatly appreciate you guys out here at Fire. What a game. What a great live stream that was. Interesting little game there for Ezra Henderson. A lot to learn. I still think that there's a lot you can learn from this, even though you were down and down cheek. You saw a lot of players step up, try to step up, do their darndest, and play well. Navarro stepped up, play well. Pershabilko stepped up, play well. Slonina, the spine of your team, played pretty well. Ohmsberg still the better center back between Ohmsberg and Pineda. It's Ohmsberg. Is Pineda the answer as second center back? Where is Tehran? He going to be making? Is he going to be pushing for that spot soon? What is going to happen with Chicos coming out of health and safety protocols? Will he be able to kind of come right out of it and just refine his form right away, or will he need a week or two to kind of find himself? Also, with Shaqiri having this tightness, this is something to watch as it develops. Something that happens with sometimes is tightness. So this is something that we're going to have to manage here. Our expectations as Fire fans, as the coach is going to have to manage their expectations, as is Shaqiri, because you better believe this guy wants to play all season long and stack trophies. He wants to bring a U.S. Open Cup here to Chicago. He wants to bring an MLS Cup here to Chicago. He wants to bring a world and bring those things back over to his home in Switzerland, as well as a World Cup title. I mean, yes, Swiss national team is definitely going to be one of more of the teams that are in the middle of the pack, towards the middle of the pack or towards the bottom of the pack, but still they're going to have a good puncher's chance. Every team does in these World Cups as things get closer and closer between these teams, as levels keep getting closer, levels of fitness, training, and coaching getting closer and closer. There's amazing competition here at this upcoming World Cup in November. Very excited for that. If you're excited for it too, make sure you're subscribed to Spitting Fire. Really appreciate it, and we will catch you guys later. Awesome stream. Awesome. Greatly appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the show. Consider, for the price of a cheeseburger, getting your subscription and joining the Fire Starters or The Blaze, one of the best groups on YouTube. Fire Starters and The Blaze get access to custom emojis, and the more Fire Starters and The Blaze members that join, the more custom emojis that we unlock together. We're stronger together, Fire fans. Greatly appreciate the support. Greatly appreciate you guys helping grow the game of soccer. Of course, super chats help. Cash App, $Spitting Fire. If you guys want to help support the show, greatly appreciate it. It does a lot. All goes right back into this. Help me go through walls for you guys. Burst through walls and create the best content out there. And you better believe I'm working on some things. Studying up and in the lab, and I got some magical things planned for the future and in the process too. So, all right, Fire fans, I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Good luck in UFC. Good luck in betting this weekend. Good luck on this. Have a great weekend. We will catch you on the next one. Later. Fired up, footballers. Yeah.